Namaste. Welcome to this Masterclass. Today, as part of the Yoga for Unity and Wellbeing program, we have the topic Yoga Nidra, which is one of the yogic techniques that we have not touched upon yet in this program. For this, I have the pleasure to have Sannyasi Shivarishi, part of the Triplicane Satyananda Centre here in Chennai, to talk about this topic invented by the Bihar School of Yoga. My first question to you is, how did you come into the path of yoga? How were you initiated, and what was your inspiration?
I think it is gifted to me by my mother. Her name is Sulochana, and when I was in her womb, this was her wish, that I dedicate myself to discovering the divine within and help as many people as possible to have an experience of the divine. I think I will attribute her blessings to how and why I am involved in this.
So you started your practice of yoga at what age? How did it
When
happen?
I was 20, and I've been practicing for 35 years now,
And you've been associated with the Bihar School of Yoga.
since 2000.
So this Yoga Nidra is a technique that very few people know about. What is it that people need the most today, and how do you think that this technique is going to help them?
In the context of Yoga Nidra, what I would like to say as a statement is, today what people require is not meditation. People need to relax. The biggest problem in the world today is not the war, not poverty, but it is tension. So much tension, hypertension, all the time tension. And Swami Satyananda, he gifted relaxation to the world through the practice of Yoga Nidra. He established the Bihar School of Yoga in Munger. The location where Bihar School of Yoga is was the exact location where the historic King Karna gifted gold to poor people. And Satyananda ji has said that in those days gold was needed, therefore he gave that. Now relaxation is needed, so I am gifting that to the world.
So how was it discovered?
It's very interesting. When Swami Satyananda was living in Rishikesh with his guru, he had a very hard time doing seva for almost 20 hours every day. And in the night, he used to be given responsibility to take care of children of an ashram nearby who would be doing their Veda Parayanam in the early mornings. So he used to take care of the ashram in the night, and then early morning he used to go to the next campus, sit there, and they will be chanting the Vedas. This went on for a couple of years. And once there was a major event, and Swami Shivananda ji invited these children who were Vedic scholars to chant as part of the festival. And Swami Satyananda was surprised that he knew all the chants. So after this festival was over, Swamiji says that he went to Gurudev and he asked, when they were chanting, I knew all of it that they were chanting. How did I know it? And then Gurudev told him that when you were sitting there, it was you were tired. You were not sleeping. You entered into a most receptive state of your mind, that everything that they were chanting directly went into the mind without being processed by your intellect. So then Swamiji realized that it is possible to access other portions of the inner nature, and his study has been very deep in the system of Tantra. In Tantra, there is a practice called as Nyasa. You go to temples in Kerala, the puja system itself is completely different. from what is practiced in Tamilnadu or Andhra or other places. They have Nyasa in their entire puja krama. So throughout the puja, they keep on doing Nyasa. They do Nyasa to themselves and to the deity also. Nyasa is a process in which you touch different parts of the body and you say certain mantras. Those mantras are used to bring consciousness and energy in those locations. And Tantra says that you need to convert your body into a divine body. Then you can involve yourself in the upasana. So he has used that system and has removed the ritual portions, and it has the essence of the practice. Otherwise, if you have to do the Nyasa, you need to know Sanskrit. You need to be an initiated person. So he removed all the ritual portion, he removed the barrier of language, and he has offered the same practice for everyone to do.
So Swami Satyananda, he kind of combined his understanding of the brain and the consciousness with a technique of Nyasa that was already existing.
Nyasa is one of the components of Yoga Nidra.
So what is Yoga Nidra?
Yoga Nidra initially is very useful to relax. That's what I started this discussion with. So a short 10-minute relaxation using Yoga Nidra as the technique can make a person feel that he has slept for more than 6 to 8 hours. So to give an understanding to the people who are watching this show, in the last 20 years, I have not had the need to procrastinate something, to postpone it for another day because I am tired. Because I have not remembered that I am tired in the last 20 years' time. Simple practice of 10-minute Yoga Nidra can keep you at the highest optimum level of energy and relaxation. This is how it begins. But Yoga Nidra is not just about relaxation. There are several stages in Yoga Nidra. The preliminary stage is relaxation. After relaxation, there is a very powerful yet very simple step which is called as Sankalpa. In the Indian systems of Upasana, Puja, Abhishekam or any act, it's called as a karma. Every act has a Sankalpa. The person does a Sankalpa and says, I am doing this act to get this particular outcome. That is called as a Sankalpa. And in Yoga Nidra, there is the second step, which is called as a Sankalpa. And Sri Swami Satyananda says that the sun can rise in the west. Can it? He says the sun can rise in the west, but a Sankalpa made during Yoga Nidra will not fail. And this has been very useful. We have taught it to millions of people all over the world, and it has helped people to re-engineer themselves. Starting from changing habits, to creating destiny, to fulfilling a lifetime goal. The Sankalpa can be used for any purpose. And the Sankalpa is done in the second step and the seventh step of Yoga Nidra. 2 times the Sankalpa is made during Yoga Nidra, and it is embedded in the deepest state of your personality without being questioned, doubted by the intellect.
So let's go back to this level of consciousness that you were talking about. You said in the story how it came that Satyananda was not sleeping, but at the same time that he was in a state of consciousness where his mind was not playing any trick to him. So what are those levels of consciousness that we are looking at?
There are 4 states of consciousness that we are talking about. Psychology speaks of 3, and very recently they have added a 4th one. They call that as the hypnagogic state. But that is also from a very limited utilitarian perspective that they have coined that term. Yoga calls that as the 4th state. And in Sanskrit, the 4th state is called as Turiya. And many people believe that they want to attain the state of Turiya. And there are practices of meditation taught by so many traditions in which they try to experience, peep into the state of Turiya. So when I was telling you that I have not felt tired in so many years, even a small peep, a pinhole view of that part of you which is full and complete can leave you feeling energized, relaxed, resourceful for the rest of the day, days together also. This 4th state of consciousness is not the same as how we are now. Now you know that you are Dolly. I know that I am Shivarishi. I know my gender. I know my age. I know that I am here in this studio. These are the characteristics of being awake. Now if you tell me that you are a very good lady, what chances are there that I am going to believe it fully? I may tell you, yeah, you are a very nice person out of courtesy. I may do like that. But will I really believe that you are a nice person? Totally. I have a small portion of my conscious mind which is called as the intellect. The intellect doubts. It wants really compelling reasons to accept that what is being said is true. Till that compelling pointers are available, it keeps on doubting. So the characteristic of a conscious mind is to know about the environment, know about the impulses and experiences coming through the senses, know about one's own present state. Along with that, there is a doubt that keeps on questioning whether this is real. That is why it's very difficult to get a good name in the society. Because when something is good, the goodness is always questioned. Whereas it's very easy to lose a good name and get a bad name. Because while being told that I am a good person, your mind will hear it, but it will have a question, is this person really good? Maybe he is not really good. So when anything negative is communicated, the conscious mind laps it up happily.
It feeds that doubt.
Yeah, it accepts that happily, it consumes it, and it accepts that yes, Dolly's sister is not a good person. She has this vice, that weakness, this limitation. That is why people always find fault with, they live with a group of people, they go on complaining about those people. This is the quality of the conscious mind. Then we have the subconscious mind, which is experienced when we dream. And it is the storehouse of all the impressions, memories. And it is a cusp from where it can either come out into the manifest experience where I can feel it, I can voice it out, or it can go to the deeper recesses and sit inside in the unconscious. So this is like the junction from where it can come out or go in. It doesn't have intellect in it. For example, you can have a dream in which you get into a flight as a human being, but get out of the flight as a crocodile. I mean, nobody is there to question why are you getting out as a crocodile. If I tell you now you are a crocodile, will you agree?
Picked out.
Why? Because you are sure that you are this. This self-identity that you are experiencing in the conscious state is not available when you are in the subconscious state. In the subconscious state, you can be a crocodile also, that speaks in Tamil also, that can eat from the tail also. No problem. You can actually put your tail inside a glass and drink in a dream. Nobody will question how can you drink from the tail. That is what fantasies are all about.
Yeah.
So the subconscious mind allows you to access a lot of content not verified by logic. But the problem is there is no scope for learning. New information cannot be received because the subconscious mind does not have access to senses so that you can connect with the outer world. It is only in the conscious mind that you have connection with your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, so you can get new inputs. In the dream, you can have an experience you've had in the past. You can't have a new experience in your dream. But the dream experiences are very different because they are not subject to logic.
Yes.
That's why people get flabbergasted when they have a dream. They wake up with fear because they're having a goat's head talking in Papua New Guinea's language. What they will do? So the dream sense experiences are limited to the dream dimension.
Yes.
They are not available in the conscious. They are not available in the unconscious. Now when you go into sleep state, in the sleep state, do you know who you are? Do you know where you are? Do you know you are?
Yeah.
You don't even know that you are. After waking up, you may say, I slept well. I did not sleep well. So these three states, conscious relating to with the wakeful state, subconscious relating to the dream state, and unconscious relating to the sleep state, is common knowledge. Yoga speaks of the fourth state. In understandable terms, if we have to say about it, we can say it is the superconscious state. You can figure out that, okay, it may be not a normal level of perception. During Yoga Nidra, the aim is to help a person to connect with that. Now you see I am on the chair. So if I put my leg down, where am I now? Am I on the chair or am I on the ground? I am neither on the ground nor on the chair. This space in between these three, the conscious, the subconscious and the unconscious, in between these three there is a threshold. So during Yoga Nidra, the person is given guidance, follows a particular method that person is able to remain in that threshold. Not sleep, not be awake, not dream. That is how they land in the fourth state. And even if they are able to have it in a 10-minute Yoga Nidra for 3 seconds, all the stress that they've been holding on to, it gets completely dissolved.
So how do you explain that it, accessing this state of Turiya, of the fourth stage, how does it release stress? What happens at that moment?
The stresses that we have, they are relating to identity with this body. They are relating to the identity with my memories, with my knowledge, with my possessions, and they are all connected with the conscious, subconscious and the unconscious states of mind. In the conscious state, you use your body. In the subconscious state, you don't use your body. Body is lying
Yes.
flat or it is sitting. Person is in a semi-sleep state. They dream while they are sitting also. The body is not used. So the identity that I am a body is not there during the
Yes.
dream. And during the sleep, the feeling that I am is obfuscated. The person doesn't feel
Yeah.
oneself. When you don't even feel yourself, you don't have any control over it. When you are not able to access your body, then you have limited control or limited ability. When you are able to operate through the body, then that is where you connect with the outer environment. Why I am explaining this is, we accumulate stress in all these three levels of our mind. In the conscious state, we accumulate it in our muscles, in our joints. So when you were a child, you might have taken a picture of yours. How would you look as a child? Are you able to remember that phase now? Everybody would be charmed by that phase, right? If somebody sees you now, do they get the same feeling of being charmed by seeing your face now?
I don't think so.
Why? When we see a child, everyone wants to go and
Pinch the cheek.
pinch the cheek.
Yes.
If somebody wants to come and pinch my cheek now, what is the problem? How did my beautiful face turn into a face which looks like this? How did yours, which was so cute, has turned, and you're cute now also, but has turned into something that looks like this now? All the experiences are held in our fiber, in the muscle fibers, in the joints, in the organs. So these need to be released from the physical dimension. Likewise, they have to be released from the pranic dimension. They have to be released from the mental dimension, emotional dimension. When we dissolve this whole personality in the fourth Turiya state, then whatever salts, for example, were there, all of them, they're not there. And when you come back into the conscious state, the mind feels like it is not having those rough edges in it. You feel that it has completely been washed out. People don't wash their mind on a daily basis. When we eat food, let's say you had really tasty food, you enjoyed it thoroughly, would you say, I like this food so much, I'll not wash my hands? You wouldn't. You're wearing this dress, evening you have to go for a meeting. What will you do? You will go, change, go in a nice dress. Will you wear the same dress without washing it tomorrow? No. You practically wash everything except the mind. This dress will be with you only for a few hours. The plate on which you eat your food is going to be available with you only for a few minutes. The food on your fingers will be available with you only for a few minutes. Those things are washed. Whether you are sleeping, whether you are dreaming, whether you are in samadhi, your mind is with you. So how is it that people don't take time to wash their mind?
So it's a cleansing practice.
Exactly. When Yoga Nidra is done, it functions also as a cleansing practice. It cleanses at the physical level by relaxing the muscles. It dilates the entire system. The blood vessels are dilated. The parasympathetic, sympathetic functions in the body, they are harmonized. An organ requires both stimulation.
Yes.
Being a doctor, you will know that body requires, every organ requires both the stimulations of relaxation and stimulation. If only relaxation is experienced by a person in a particular organ, that organ will not be healthy. So if a person psychologically feels that I can't face, I just want to quit. Inside the body, a particular organ gives up. It says, oh, this person doesn't want to face this challenge, so let me just keep quiet. If for weeks together, months together, years together, if one organ has been functioning like that, then that organ even goes into imbalance. When we do Yoga Nidra, there is a balance that is restored in the dimension of the nervous system function, in the muscular system, in the circulation. So it works from the physical dimension to the psychic dimension. The whole personality is cleansed. That is how it is very useful in relaxing. The relaxation is not sensorial.
Yes.
The relaxation is not an escape relaxation. You're fully aware. In fact, you cannot be more aware of your body than you might be in a Yoga Nidra.
So you are aware but not limited to the consciousness when you are in a conscious state.
Yeah.
Right? You can say something like this?
Yeah. See, when we use the term consciousness, we are using it in the sense referring to a particular faculty of the mind. Conscious, subconscious and unconscious. We are talking about not the consciousness. We are talking about a functional ability of the mind. Awareness is not part of this mind's function.
Yeah.
Awareness is not part or a property of the mind's function. Awareness is an independent entity which allows the mind to function. And awareness is part of the consciousness. Mind is able to connect with the body, or it is able to connect with the senses, or it is able to connect with the memories, or it is able to connect with the intellect. Mind can illumine these. Mind can illumine the body, or the memories, or the intellect. Mind cannot illumine the consciousness, because mind borrows its functional capability from consciousness. And in a meditation, a person reaches to that point where he is not identified with the body, he is not identified with the mind, he is not identified with the impressions that have come in all these years, or he is not identified with the emotions. The person remains as awareness. Me-ness is lost, isness remains. And Yoga Nidra is a seamless flow from me-ness to isness.
So can you describe shortly what are the steps in the technique? So how do we start? Do we sit? Do we lie down? Do we hold a certain position? Like, just to give an idea of people who are watching us.
Yeah, Yoga Nidra is done in an asana called as Shavasana. Shava means corpse. So in a typical scenario where a corpse is there, even if there is water, even if there is fire, even if there is a cockroach or a bird sitting on it, there is no movement. Whereas in the conscious state, we are continuously aware of the small sensory needs and we keep on adjusting them. In Yoga Nidra, I am saying that we enter into the fourth state where we are not awake, where we are not conscious. So Shavasana facilitates that by allowing you to, or the practitioner, to become still. First, foremost important thing is the person should learn to be in Shavasana. In fact, Swami Shivananji and Swami Satyananda used to say that the toughest practice, asana practice to teach is Shavasana. You can't demonstrate it.
Yes.
The person has to totally let go. Once that happens, then we take the person through, after Sankalpa is over, the third step We call it, as Swami Satyananda has called it, as rotation of consciousness. The person is made to go through, the awareness is rotated throughout the whole body. We follow a particular route. We start from the right hand thumb, we cover the whole right side of the body. Then we go to the left hand thumb, we cover the whole left side of the body. Then we go through the whole front side of the body. Then we go through the whole back side of the body, whole right side and the whole left side of the body, the whole body. So for 3 to 5 minutes, we're just observing the body.
So it's guided by the voice
Yes.
of someone as you are lying down.
Yes.
Someone guides your awareness to certain
Yeah.
parts
So
of
for
the
example, I tell you, become aware of your right ear immediately.
Yes.
The beauty is, these instructions are given in such a way that their engagement or the need of using the intellect is not there. So if I tell you,
I don't doubt.
become aware of your right hand thumb,
Yes.
what is there? Why should I become aware of right hand thumb? Nothing is there. You immediately become aware of the right hand thumb. So if the rotation of consciousness, let's say, is happening for 7 minutes, for 7 minutes, this person is hearing the instruction and following the instruction. Is the person sleeping? Is the person awake then? Because if you are awake, if I tell you something, you have to understand.
Yes, no. So it's not.
So the person is not sleeping, the person is not awake, the person is not in the dream state either. So we gradually, like this, take the person through the awareness of all the 5 koshas. The interesting thing is, when you become completely aware of something, you become free of it. For example, you walk into this room and they have put an incense over here. Oh wow, it's so nice. You say the aroma is very good. After sitting, after some time, do you still feel the aroma?
Not aware.
What happens? The sensory needs, they function in a particular way. When a new experience is there, the senses pick that and convey that to the brain. Says that, hey, see, this is new, this is beautiful. What is this? The brain has a lot of work to do after that. This input has to be compared with the trillions of memories that are there inside to see what is this. This is mango smell, or this is lavender. What is this? This is not mango, this is not lavender. This is not something I know. So it puts that on the table, unknown category. Next time again when something comes, it will verify with the unknown category also. So when the person is taken through this experience like this, if it is known completely, you know that this is lavender smell. This is lavender smell. If I keep telling you, this is lavender smell, after 10th time, what will you do? You will say, okay, please proceed. Right? Same thing happens with the brain. It says, okay, I know this now. You don't have to convey this to me any further. So when the person is doing Yoga Nidra, when we tell them right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all fingers, 5 fingers, 5 fingers, 5 fingers, and like this, we go through the whole body and say, whole body, whole body, whole body. Then the brain says, okay, I know it is whole body. Please leave this. It becomes free of its experience of the body.
Beautiful.
This is called pratyahara. And the method used is a tantra. Tantra means trick.
Tool.
So we use the trick of being aware of the Annamaya Kosha, and then the awareness becomes free of the Annamaya Kosha. Like this, all the 5 koshas are experienced. What happens is, many times people get into sleep mode or a fidgety, extroverted mode, and they don't remain in the 4th state of the awareness. Therefore, it takes years for them to practice and get to that. If a person goes through all the 5 koshas, becomes aware of all the 5 koshas, immediately, spontaneously, they will realize that all the 5 koshas are not me. And spontaneously, they realize that all the afflictions relating to all the 5 koshas do not belong to me. That is how masters are.
So, relaxation is one of
First stage.
the benefits of Yoga Nidra, but you've already told that we can look at even therapeutic uses, or
Yes.
what are the different benefits? Or
It is very effective in dealing with physical ailments. Like, for example, a person with cancer can make a sankalpa to themselves that I am healthy. Within few days, the body feels that, okay, mind is saying that I am healthy. The cancer goes away. Scientific research has to be done by people of science to verify whether this is working. That's not the job of the yogis. But we believe and we have experienced people going through transformation by doing a sankalpa. So physical healing can happen through Yoga Nidra. High blood pressure, hypertension, type A personalities, all of them will immediately respond to Yoga Nidra. People with diabetes will immediately respond to Yoga Nidra. Because moment mind is deeply relaxed, the whole system goes through change. In allopathy, we talk about insulin and all that. But yoga views it in a completely different way. When the body is not able to process food, on the contrary, when food starts processing the body, that becomes diabetes. The body is not able to process food because Agni is not there. Agni is present in the form of prana. And prana gets locked. Let's say I am very angry with you now and I want to slap you. Where will my prana go if I want to slap you? Or let's say we will put it the other way around. You want to slap me. Where will your prana go? You want to slap me. It will go to your forearm. You want to slap me, you are very angry. Will your leg become tight? No. You want to shout at me, will your hand become tight? No. We always say in Tamil, Vaita patid erid. We feel anger as a heat in the belly. So there are specific locations in the physical body where specific emotions get lodged. And when we let go during Yoga Nidra, those pranas are all released. So the total amount of prana that is supposed to be there, which has got locked into small knots. So the guru is called as a muduchauki in Tamil. Muduchauki means the one who unties the knots. In a real sense also, when a Yoga Nidra is introduced, a lot of knots, pranic knots, they are called as granthis. They are all removed. The moment the amount of prana that's supposed to be there in the system is available for the whole system, the system itself becomes healthy. So there are multi-dimensional approaches in which the physical body itself can be healed during Yoga Nidra. We've had very unique experience teaching Yoga Nidra to exceptional children. I mean, a child who bites himself or beats himself, there's no scope for communication because there's no eye contact, there's no listening. The moment you start talking, they will look everywhere else. We taught Yoga Nidra to those children. And during Sankalpa, the mothers were given a list of Sankalpas that they can read out. For example, we told them, you are calm, you listen to Amma. Simple instructions. Within few weeks, we found all those children responding. So, the transformation, the healing can happen at the psychological level also. But these things have to be introduced by a qualified person who understands the other person, who understands the need, and the appropriate part of the practice in the appropriate way has to be introduced. Then the healing will be correct. So I'm saying this because, see, we are offering it on a online virtual model. People should not think that, oh, I have all these yoga nidras, I will do all of them. This can be a good beginning. They can use a recording and do a short practice to relax. But if they want to treat themselves, I cannot take a bottle of kashayam and drink for myself. I cannot take a medicine and self-prescribe and consume it.
Yes.
It's the same like that.
Is there any danger or like can it be misused, or if you're not trained? Because we are touching also on the subconscious level. Is there any like precautions that we should take?
We should always do it under the guidance of a teacher. Someone who can understand our requirement, who has proper training and has experienced it for themselves. And if they don't understand some parts of what we are feeling or expressing, have a fallback system where they can refer to their guru or teacher. So that is why a parampara is very important.
So the training happens in the ashram, for example?
Yeah, the training happens in the ashram and in all the centers all over the world. There are teachers who have been practicing and teaching for decades, who have gone through it and who have the guru to fall back. If there is a difficult situation, they can always fall back and take guidance from there.
So here we have gone to very specific cases of treatment with Yoga Nidra, so that we know that there's a scope for all this. But the first where we started was about the need for relaxation, which is absolutely for everyone. What can you offer to all our audience listening to us?
I'll be very happy to give away a 10-minute Yoga Nidra recording. It can be made available by your team as a downloadable file, and people can put it on their phone and practice every day.
So we just lie down in Shavasana.
Yeah, it guides you like I am conducting the session for you.
Next. And that can be done absolutely.
After doing it for some time, then they can connect with your ashram and your centers,
with you.
And then we can guide them. Yes. If there are a lot of people who need to learn more, definitely we'll be happy to teach them.
Would you like to add anything that we have not covered about Yoga Nidra for this?
There is so much to discuss about Yoga Nidra, but I'm very happy that whatever we have discussed, we've covered it quite well.
So it's an introduction to Yoga Nidra. You will be able to access the 10 minutes Yoga Nidra, guided Yoga Nidra. And you will also be in touch directly with the Satyananda Yoga Centre from the description. And if you need more details, there are also books on Yoga Nidra.
Swamiji has published a standalone title, Yoga Nidra. It's one of the most popular books published by him. In fact, it has the transcript of the practices. But people need not do it with that. Yeah. But it has the transcript. They can understand how it works.
Yes, to get to know.
Yes.
Thank you very much for this introduction, quite deep into Yoga Nidra. I have learned a lot. I hope you also enjoyed.
Wish all of you all the very best.
Thank you.
Hari Om Tat Sat.